Hello everyone, this is Jennifer Sinceri and it is Friday, July 15th, 2022, and I am on tonight to do some card making with you. It's my fun Friday. I've been looking forward to this time all week that I get to spend stamping and paper crafting with you. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. I love playing with paper, stamps, and ink. And I am so grateful that you are joining me this evening. When you go ahead and join the live, would you please let us know that you're here? Would you please make a comment? Let me know where you're from. If it's your first time viewing, say hello. Feel free to comment, ask questions. I love to interact with my viewers. And let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up or a heart, and then if you would, please share the video with your friends on your Facebook page. That always helps. I am trying to get Miss Kitty out of the area because she wants to hop up on the table. Tonight I'm going to make 3 cards with you, and it is Christmas in July in my house. I've been working on Christmas cards all week. Tonight is all about winter and snowflakes and cool colors. I am highlighting this gorgeous paper. It is called, let me look on the back because I can't remember, the Snowflake Specialty Vellum. Hi Mary, thanks for joining me. Happy Friday to you. So this is amazing paper. I feel like it is a hidden gem. I'm going to open the package. A hidden gem in the catalog. And there's so much fun that you can do with it. So it's vellum. And there's some that has that iridescent look to it. I think the light, you can see it. I'm kind of moving it around so you can see that. And then there's also some flocked paper. Okay, so we've got snowflakes and we've got polka dots. I know, a flocked one. And then you get more snowflakes. Oh, cat on the table. I knew she was going to try and do that. You get, goodness, 6 pages. You get 6 pages of goodness. So we're going to make some cards with this paper tonight. The other thing that I am pulling are the wonderful snowflakes. They're going to be found, I'm going to have to put her in the room because she's circling me like a shark. She wants up on this table. She wants to see what I'm doing. Let me move the blinds so she can hop up in the window. Maybe that'll keep her happy. Okay. The wonderful snowflakes are found in the mini holiday catalog where the embellishments are. Darn cat's been distracting me. And these have an iridescent feel to them. You can see that maybe with the light. You get 24 in a pack. So these are a lot of fun to play with. I'm going to show you a trick or two with that. And then one more thing that I am highlighting is one of our celebration items. It's the silver and gold specialty paper. Now this is a product that you can get for free with a $50 order here in North America in the United States. And so you've got polka dots and you have stripes in gold and silver. And you get this pack of paper, 24 sheets for free with a $50 order. Okay? So most of the items that I'm using tonight, if you were to purchase them, they would get you this paper for free. So that's really cool. Okay, one of my favorite color schemes, one of my favorite colors is purple, all right? I love purple. I love lots of gem colors. I'm all about the aquas and the purples and the blues. I love those colors. My favorite color is purple. I'm actually wearing purple tonight. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Purple. And so I have pulled Gorgeous Grape, one of my favorite colors. I am going to be using the same products on all of these cards that I'm making tonight, okay? Just different layouts, different designs. Hi, Peggy. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for commenting. Stay till the end of the video, because after I do these 3 cards, I'm going to show you 3 more cards that are different layouts and a different color scheme, but using the same products I'm using tonight, okay? So we are using that specialty paper, silver and gold, that you get for free during celebration with your $50 order. We're using those wonderful snowflakes, okay, these dies, and we're using the Snowflake specialty DSP. It's flocked and iridescent. I'm also going to be pulling my basic dies, my basic border dies, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys. Just going to show them to you real quick if you're not familiar with these. I've used a couple of these tonight on my cards. So you're going to get a curve with this one. This is a really fun one. I've used this one tonight. Then you can have what looks like clouds or bubbles. You get a zigzag, a smaller one, and then a point. All right. I've used this one, and this one tonight. All right. So these sell for, I want to say, $29. All right. So right there, that's almost $30 if you needed to buy these. You're only $20 away from having to purchase something to get that paper for free. And that specialty paper that I'm using is $10. So that would take you, that's to $40. And you'd only need to spend $10 more and you get that paper for free. So another thing that I am pulling is this wintry embossing folder, and it actually comes with another one that's pine boughs. You get the 2 of these, and it's in our annual catalog. They're called the wintry embossing folders. They're $10 for the 2 of these. You get the snowflake one and this pine bough one. I'm using the snowflake one on all of my cards tonight. This is one of my favorite embossing folders. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so like I said, I'm using Gorgeous Grape. Hi, Polly. Thanks for joining me tonight. If this is your first time, go ahead and let me know. I've got my bone folder here and my U-pick tool. I just want to make sure I've got all my tools ready to go. Okay. This is Fresh Freesia. Now, this was last year's in color. And it's going, we get it for 1 more year, and then it's going to retire. Okay, so you're going to want to stock up on that color if you love it before it disappears. So this is 1/4 inch smaller than my card base. Okay, my card base is just standard sized. It is 5.5 by 4.25. And so then this is 1/4 inch smaller, okay? And then what I've done is I've taken another layer of that Gorgeous Grape and I've embossed it. Can you see those snowflakes? Aren't those gorgeous? They're so fun. Who loves snowflakes? I absolutely love snowflakes. Now, one of my tips that I've shared with you in the past is if you're doing a lot of die cutting and you're using layers like I am, cut your circles out or cut whatever your label dies or whatever you're going to use on this mat, because you're going to cover it up and nobody's going to see. Okay, so access that cardstock. I'm not, because I used something else, but that's a tip that helps save you paper. Use your dies, cut out the shapes that you need, and then cover it up with your layer. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere these layers. You can use whatever adhesive you feel comfortable with. Some people love liquid glue. Some people love their tape runner. Some people love the Stampin' Seal or Stampin' Seal Plus. All right, and then we're going to put this layer down. Has anyone started making their Christmas cards yet? So I am doing a Christmas in July card buffet on next Wednesday, face-to-face here. I'm in Elk Grove, California. And I have, let's see, so far I've made 6 different card designs. I'm shooting for 10 so that people can pick what they want and make Christmas cards. Now, look at that iridescent. Do you see that with the light catching it? This is that specialty paper. It's so much fun, and it's vellum, okay? So that is a lot of fun to play with. So we're going to put a little strip right here in the middle of our card. Very easy card layout. Now, normally, I'm going to pull my liquid glue because this is vellum, and I don't want everybody to see my adhesive. Okay, so we're just going to go very lightly. And we're going to put some other things on here, so that'll help with not seeing. And if I just spread it, usually you don't see the liquid glue. Whereas the tape runner, it shows through the vellum. You can be strategic with your placement. It is gorgeous, Mary. I really, really like this paper. And I'm going to show you something fun to do with the flocked, okay? Really fun. Now, here's that wonderful snowflake. They're dies that you pop out. They're already cut out for you. You just pop them out. You get 24 in a pack. It has a little bit of an iridescent look to it. And I'm going to pop that on there. And then this is a punch. It's called the Decorative Circle Punch. And this is in our annual catalog. It's new this year. And so I've used it on all of our cards tonight. I went for easy, okay? I wanted to show you different card layouts, but using minimal supplies and just showing you different ways that you can do this. Now, you can pull any stamp set you want that has a sentiment that you like. I actually pulled something, it's in our annual catalog. It's called Peaceful Deer. I'm not using deer on the cards. I'm using the snowflakes and I'm using the sentiments, okay? And I picked the one that said sending love and peace this season. I thought that that was very, I don't know, I just felt that it was comforting. All right, so I'm pulling that and I'm going to stamp in my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Okay, just inking up. And I am going to stamp my sentiment a little bit more towards the right because I'm going to add those snowflakes in. Now with photopolymer, I like to let the ink just settle in before I lift up to make sure that it's good. Oh, Polly, you're going to love it. You are absolutely going to love it once you start playing with those supplies. So I pulled, looks like I left my gorgeous grape downstairs. So we're going to go with Fresh Freesia and do some, let me just test it right here. Do some little snowflakes. Okay. Just a couple snowflakes on the side there like that. Let me move my inks out of the way. And now let's put this together. Now you could have the point at the top, or there's a little nub. It's totally up to you how you want it to be. Just making sure I've got it nice and centered. And then I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals. I'm using the last bits of this piece. I always use the little scraps because goodness gracious, who wants to waste those, right? I go through so many dimensionals and I'm just using my U-pick tool to pull off those backings, and that way they're not all over my carpet. I just throw them in the wastebasket next to me. Now let's see where we're going to place. Oh, it looks like I got a little bit of black ink on there, so I'll show you a trick. I'm going to put it right in the center. Oops. But let's get our snowflake down. Now I don't necessarily want this popped up. Normally I put a little dimensional right there, but I actually want this flat. And we're going to pop our sentiment. And just put that right in the middle. Now I got a little bit of black. I got it on my fingers. So what I do when I do that is I grab an emery board and I'm just going to sand that off. Let's get one that's a little bit better. There we go. You can grab these at Dollar Tree and you just sand off the ink smudge as much as you can. You're breaking down the fibers in your paper. Just smooth it out. And there you go. And worst case, you can always hide it with a embellishment, but most of the time I can get it. And nobody can tell that I got that black ink there. Okay? Let's see, I'm reading comments. Peggy, you try to make cards through January so you have some on hand for the next year. I totally agree. You know, right after Christmas, I'm not always in the mood to start making Christmas cards again. It takes me about springtime, more so in the summer. And then in the summer, I make a bunch of them. And I just keep going. Okay, now I am pulling this fun ribbon. It's in our annual catalog, and I can't remember what it's called. Mesh ribbon. I think it's mesh ribbon. All right. So what I did, it's very wide, and I didn't want it that wide. So I just took my scissors, and I cut down the middle, and I made a strip. Okay. That's thinner. And then I also have the silver elegant trim. And what I did, just to save time, was I tied them together. Okay. Kind of a messy bow. A double messy bow, and we're going to adhere that with a glue dot. All right, and I think we're going to put it over here. Yeah, I think I like it best over here, but I don't want to cover up those stamped snowflakes, so a little bit off. All right, and then there's a couple options that you can do for embellishments. You can always pull good old rhinestones out, but we have the iridescent rhinestones, and that would be really cool with the DSP. Or we have these new sequins and gems, and these are in the mini catalog. And again, if you don't have a catalog, please reach out to me, and I will mail you one for free. You can see all our products online. All right, so I'm going to pull some of these guys. These are adhesive backed sequins. So let's see. Let's put one up here. Those are perfect on this card, don't you think? And I always like to do like a triangle. Oop, we'll do it there. So it kind of does a little triangle. I always do odd numbers. I love that. All right, so I'm going to hold that up to you guys so you can see. What do you guys think? I think it's beautiful. And super easy. Very minimal stamping. Okay. Thank you, you guys. Thank you, thank you. All right, on to our second card. Now, I told you I was going to use those basic border dies, but I also have a really cool trick I want to show you with these flocked pieces. Now, let me see if I have a scrap from the one that I used. I might have used it all. Okay. So there's that iridescent one that I just used on the card, and then we have the flocked. This is super fun. Okay, take an ink pad and whatever color you're using on your cards. Take a blending brush. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna cut one of these off because I don't want to get ink on all my snowflakes. I'm just gonna do this one down here. And you know, the snowflakes that are parts of a snowflake that are not the whole, do those too, because you can strategically place those. I'm gonna use a little scrap so you can see this. You can strategically place those and hide them under a sentiment or something, and nobody will know that it's not a whole snowflake. All right, so I'm just inking up on my blending brush. Okay, I'm gonna test it out. Yep. And you can color the flocking on this specialty designer series paper. Look at that. What do you guys think? Isn't that exciting? I love this idea. So you can use white, or you can color the flocking and make your snowflakes whatever color you want. I'm going to hold this up closer to the camera so you can see the color. You guys see that? So I thought that was a fun little trick that you can try if you don't want white, if you want to add some color to those snowflakes. Okay. Hi, Stacy. You couldn't find me? Facebook has been changing things up a little bit. And so maybe that is what's going on. I'm not sure. Okay. So I've got a fresh freesia card base here. I'm going to burnish my score line and make sure. And then I took that point on our basic border dies that I showed you. Hi, Linda. Happy Friday. So that piece is what I used, and I just put it at the end, ran it through my cut and emboss machine. Okay. And so I've got a little point here on my card. Okay. Oh, I hope you try it, Peggy. It was so much fun. Now I'm going to take a piece of white, and here's a scrap. This is Highland Heather, and I used that embossing folder that I showed you tonight. It's the wintry embossing folder. It comes with a pine bough and then the snowflakes. Okay, and they actually fit in the mini cut and emboss machine. So I just used a scrap and I embossed it with the snowflakes. And it's actually whiter than I would normally do for my inside of my card, but there's a reason for that, because I want it to show here. All right, so we're going to adhere this to the bottom of our insert. And then we're going to add this on the inside of the card. And it's a quarter, ooh, I'm moving everything around, 1/4 of an inch smaller. So you want to have a little bit all the way around the perimeter of your insert. You want to see that fresh freesia. Okay, so then when I put this down, you've got that showing. Okay, so look at all that detail. You've got the stitching from the basic border die, and then you have this fun snowflake embossing. Okay, now what we're going to do is I took a piece of that specialty designer series paper with the iridescent, and I used the same die, but I cut this 1/4 of an inch smaller, or maybe a little bit more, I can't remember, because I wanted a border all the way around. And so we're going to add this on, and I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner on this, and I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to have some other things on here. I'm trying to put it where the snowflakes are if I can. Okay. Lopsided here. Okay. Oh, the kitty cat's going crazy. She is such a naughty girl. All right. So there we go with that. All right. Then I took a scrap of the paper that you get for free during Celebration right now, our silver and gold 6x6 specialty paper. Can you hear her playing? She's going after things in my craft room. So I had a scrap. I think what I did was I used 2 sheets of this paper for all the cards I'm making tonight. And I just used all the little bits, all the little scraps. So I had this piece. Now, it wasn't long enough. So what I did was I went through my garbage pail and I pulled out one of the little pieces, and we're going to put that here. And then you're thinking, but Jennifer, there's a gap right there. I know. So here's where our sentiment is going to go. And it looks like I am missing a white piece for my sentiment. So I might have to run downstairs and grab it. Okay, I went ahead and colored one of those snowflakes with my blending brush, and then I fussy cut it out. And then I made a bow, and I need to go grab my die. So let me go grab that real quick so I get a circle for the middle. While I do that, would you put in the comments what would be your favorite color scheme to make these cards in? All right, I'm back. What color would you use? Because we're using white and silver, you can use any color. I'm doing purples. What color would you make your cards in? I'm curious. And we're making things simple tonight. I'm just using the same stamps on all of the cards for the sake of time. You could change it up if you want. Or maybe you like that it's easy and you don't have to go hunt for different stamps for different cards. Just use the same sentiment on all your cards and change things up. Now, some people do the same layout on all their Christmas cards. They pick a stamp set and they make multiples of that one design. I send a lot of Christmas cards out. We have a lot of family that lives out of state. We have friends that have moved out of state. And so I send Christmas cards to people that I see weekly. I'm still going to send them a Christmas card. I think some people only send cards to people they don't see often. I send Christmas cards to everyone because who doesn't like getting a Christmas card in the mail, right? So I'm using my little scrap there so it will finish. I mean, I want to get Christmas cards in the mail. And by the way, I think this postage stamp was supposed to go up in price. Has it already increased in price? Because I wanted to get a stock up on a couple rolls before they did that. And I'm wondering if I waited too long. I can't remember when they were going to increase the price. Do you guys remember, or do you know? well, back to my point, I get bored making the same card over and over again. I have been known to make 75 to 100 Christmas cards. I always need Christmas cards. I need them for my own personal sending, and then people buy Christmas cards from me. So I always need to have plenty of Christmas cards on hand. And I get bored making the same card over and over again. So I like to change it up. I'll do a few in one design, and then I change it and do something else. And when I'm making Christmas cards all year, then that helps too. You know, I do one month, and then I do one another month. I just change up the design. Okay, there's that silver mesh. It's very faint. It's a very light bow. This one, I think we could use these sequins again, and it would match perfectly. But just to make it a little different, let's try some of the iridescent rhinestones. Okay, well, let's see what these will look like. I'm looking, I'm going, where? I'm just going to go ahead and put that one there because that was my first instinct. And we'll put, I don't want to put where the dots are, but I don't like it too far away. I guess I'll put it right here on the, well, we're going to cover up that one little dot. And then I'm going to go with the smaller one. I don't know if I like it here. Maybe put it here. I'm having a hard time figuring out where I want to put that. All right, I'll put it back. Sometimes I don't know where to put those guys. All right, so there's our next card. Card number 2. And then you could put your sentiment in here, or you have room to handwrite. You could put a little snowflake stamp in the corner. All right, so that's card number 2. And we have one more card, and then I'm going to show you 3 more cards in a different color scheme. All right, this one, let's go ahead and burnish. This one has a layer in Highland Heather. It's a Highland Heather card base, same color, but 1/4 of an inch smaller. Why did I do that? I like layers. I feel like layers really make your cards look more elegant. Now, and more professional. This embossing folder does not fit the whole panel. All right, so this is my little secret. You go ahead and run that through, okay? And then you're just going to emboss the part that didn't. This little snowflake right here, it didn't get 2 arms. You're going to be dressing this up, not going to be noticed. Don't worry about it, okay? So we're going, and you probably wouldn't have even noticed unless I had pointed it out to you, okay? The card's going to be so busy, you're not going to really notice. Let's go ahead and adhere this down. Make sure I've got my opening. Yep, I don't want to do my card upside down. I really feel like those layers do make a difference. Maybe it's not a big deal to you. I like it. It's a personal thing. Okay, I had some scraps. I was using up scraps. This is Gorgeous Great. And this is that celebration paper, again, that you get with your $50 order. Okay, it's the silver polka dots. So this is a piece that is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And so then this mat is just 1/4 of an inch larger. Okay. And then let's adhere this. We want to make sure we have an even border all the way around. We don't want it lopsided. Okay, so we've got a piece there. We've got I have to remember how I did this. I think I did it this way. I've got my snowflake. We've got a bow. And let's put our sentiment on here with our little snowflake stamp. Okay. Oop. Sliding all around today. Did this get stuck? Yeah. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, let's move this. I think we're going to I was going to go like in the middle, like that. All right, so this one I'm going to pop up with a dimensional. And they fit perfectly. It's just like a little puzzle in that little center of these snowflakes. I'll pop this one up too. Are you guys loving this paper, the specialty paper? Have you noticed it before in the catalog? Polly has it, but she just hasn't played with it yet. Has anybody else ordered it already? Or did you miss it? Sometimes we don't notice things in the catalog when we're flipping through. Now, we're going to put dimensionals on this side, but not on this side because this is already popped up, and I'm just going to put tape runner or liquid glue here so it lays flat. But we need to put dimensionals on this side so it's all the same height. Oh, it's down, so that's the way it's going. All right, and then we've got our bow. And this mesh ribbon, what I ended up doing, in case you came on a little bit later, was it's such a wide ribbon or mesh that I ended up cutting my strip in half so it's thinner to work with, and the bow isn't ginormous for these cards. Okay, now let's see, what do we want to use on this one? We could go with these guys, we could do these guys. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to do the iridescent rhinestones, or do you want to do the adhesive back sequins? Tell me in the comments which one is going to be on this card. Which one do you want to do? I'm leaning more towards the sequins, but I'm curious. Oh, I forgot my little flocked snowflake on this guy. I was like, what's on my table? I have to put this here. I don't see anybody commenting yet. Which one do you want me to use? You guys are either busy typing or Facebook is really slow. Stacy says the rhinestones. There we go. Sequins would be pretty, Polly says. So we've got 1 vote for each. I'm going to go with the sequins. All right. I'm just going to cover up a couple of the polka dots. Or you could use these guys. I just don't know that I like the shape for the snowflakes. Okay, there's that card. All right, so are you ready to see the last 3 cards I've already made? They're in a different color scheme. I wonder if you can guess what colors I used. I did purples on these. I used Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. And then I ended up going for Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay on the next 3 cards. Let me move this so you guys can see better. There we go. Okay, so here's the next card. I ended up taking a snowflake and I cut it in half. When I'm hiding the snowflake like that, why waste half of a snowflake? I used the other half of the snowflake on one of the other cards I'm going to show you. So cut your snowflake in half, doesn't matter what direction, and then you can use it on 2 cards when you're going to tuck it behind a sentiment. Then what I did was I took the ends on that specialty paper. So these snowflakes that you don't see a whole snowflake, like this one right here, that's not a whole snowflake. This one isn't a whole snowflake. Those are great for tucking behind sentiments. I ended up coloring them with my blending brush, fussy cutting them out, and then hiding them behind my sentiment so that I am not wasting any of those gorgeous flocked snowflakes. And then here is another one of those basic border dies that I used. Here is that celebration paper that you get for free for $50 order. Okay, I don't think I did the inside. Oh, I did. I just did a little bit of a border on the side with the same snowflake stamp. Okay, so there's, and I didn't use the mesh on this one. I used the Elegant Trim Silver. Okay. Next card, different border, okay, and I put a scrap in here, embossed, so you can see that little bit of texture coming through. Some more, excuse me, some more, it looks like my bow fell off. Some more, I'll put a new one, of that free paper. Here's the specialty paper, and then I just fussy cut a flocked one out and I didn't color it. This middle piece is popped up with dimensionals too. I don't know if you can see it right there. So I've got flat and flat, and then this one's popped up. Okay, I have to make another bow because it looks like it ran away. And then here's my last one. Another end, and I did it again, the embossed scrap, so that you can see it. And here's the other half of that snowflake that I cut from the other card, a colored flocked snowflake. Same vellum, but just the iridescent, and a piece of that paper you get from Celebration. So, what do you guys think? Do you love them? Each one is different. All the same materials or supplies, but all different cards. Just accessing those scraps. I love those basic border dies. They really fancy up your card. And they're so easy to work with. Thanks, Polly. Please give me a thumbs up or a heart if you enjoyed this video, if you've been inspired. And what would be amazing is if you share the video on your Facebook. That would be wonderful. And then that way more people can find me. I'm just making another bow here so I can fix my card. I'm wondering if it's somewhere on the carpet. And grab some scissors. Okay. And we're good. Oh, cat on the table. I was wondering if we were going to get through a video without her hopping on the table. All right, so my glue dot's still there. There we go. I love that elegant trim. And I just used a rhinestone on this one. I actually didn't put bling on these other two cards, but you could if you wanted to. All right, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. This was a pretty quick video because I had done a lot of the prep work. I'd love to hear which color you like the best. Do you like the purples, or do you like the aqua colors? The Pool Party, the Coastal Cabana, and the Bermuda Bay. I'm just going to call them aqua. Are you an aqua fan or are you a purple fan? Give me a comment, and then I'm going to see you next Friday. It will be probably something Christmassy. Don't forget that Celebration's happening, and it is while supplies last. We've already sold out of one Celebration item, which was of the Pool Party and Soft Seafoam note cards with envelopes. Those were very popular and they sold out. They actually did not expect that so quickly, but they are gone and they are not getting any more in North America. So Celebration products, the freebies, are while supplies last. This paper is still available. You can still get this. Another thing that you can do that I didn't do on any of the cards is you can take your blending brush and you can color this too, and the silver will pop through. That's another idea that you could try. Okay. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next Friday. Polly, thanks for being here. I'm so glad you found me. You guys take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.